this is a this is an auspicious moment. I think it's fair to say. No, it's not the remake of Bohemian Rhapsody. Nor have you mistakenly tuned into what you thinking was EastEnders, and you've actually got these four beautiful faces in front of you. But this is the second inaugural edition of the Headgasket Heroes. So I'm going to introduce myself very briefly in just a second. I'll turn my emails off as well because they're going to make a very annoying noise if we don't do that. I think we had our first live stream together back in August, September, and when you're trying to get four busy people together to do a live stream together, it's not the easiest thing in the world. We thought, right, let's just get it done in the new year. So here we are, first Friday in January. Happy New Year, everyone. Basically, the idea is we've got four YouTubists on the chat here. So we've got Colin from Robson Rover Repair over there in Northern Ireland. Down in the southwest, we've got Simone. I'll let these people introduce themselves properly in a minute themselves, but we've got Simone from Hooked on Classics, who's representing the southwest. Representing the north of England, we've got Simon from Smashing Pistons, and of course, you've got me, yours truly. I want to buy every Rover 75 and MPZT in Britain from Beards of Bangers. So, without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Colin and let him introduce himself more professionally than I've just done myself.
I really don't know how I could top that for an introduction, to be honest, Rob, but I would certainly be willing to say I'm happy to challenge you here for purchasing every single Rover 75 in the United Kingdom. I'm certainly on my way to purchasing most of the ones here within Northern Ireland to do my best. Yes, I'm Colin. These are the gang of cohorts I'll be spending the next hour or so with, and I'm really, really looking forward to this. Some of you may know me from Robson Rover Repair, where I basically break tools and badly repair Rovers as cheaply as possible. It's my love. It's sadly all I seem to do in my spare time, so you'd really need to love it. But, that's me. That's it. I'm a simple man. I'm 41. I'm thankfully alive after this week's medical issues. So we'll talk about that one later. And I'm going to hand it over to the delectable, the delicious, and the lovely Simon.
Me? I think we're going to Simone next. Everybody knows who I am. I'm Simon of Smashing Pistons, obviously. Anybody that watches Rob's channel is already far too familiar with me, but maybe not my secret project, which I'm not going to tell you about because it's secret, so there you go. Yes, I don't know what else to say, really, other than thank you for watching four people make random crap up on a Friday night. Surely you've got better places to be, whoever's watching this.
And then Simone.
Hello. Yes, I'm Simone from Hooked on Classics. I delve into my Ford Cortina. I've got a couple of motorcycles. And obviously I've got a Rover 75, just like all of these. And I do other random stuff as well. So, yeah, all I can say is, hold on to your chairs tonight.
Why, are we playing a game?
I think we might be.
Is it musical chairs? I've got two chairs. Have I got too many chairs?
No, you're okay. You're okay. So thank you guys for the little introductions there. I think before we go into individual channel and car news, I'm going to hand back to Colin, who's just going to quickly flick through the chat.
Yes, I'm sitting here, and hopefully you can all hear me as well as possible. I'm sitting here, I'll be monitoring the chat tonight, so let's try and keep it 12A at most. We're not quite PG, but let's try and not get ourselves all banned from YouTube, just that. We're sitting having a look through here, and we've got plenty of people giving a shout out here. So we'll give a shout out to Tom from Tom Drives as well. He's a good mate of the channel, and he's a good lad, and As we all know, he's got some excellent access to some of the prototypes recently in the British Museum, and I'm absolutely not jealous in the slightest of his recent activities. That's always a bit of crack there, so shout out to Tom. And the rather uneventful adventures of Stickman, he's here. And he's asking about Year of the Streetwise, but I'm sure we'll get round to that at some stage as well. The imminent arrival, it is 2024, and the all-important Year of the Streetwise. We cannot dismiss it in the slightest. But I will be updating with chats as we go. And remember, you can ask questions through the chat. We'll pass them on to the team here as the night goes on. And back to the handsome Rob.
Well, there we are. Well, hello everyone who's watching. I will try and pick up on the various usernames as we go through. So, going to start off with a bit of a channel and car update, or fleet update, should we call it? You give it the correct word that everyone seems to use on YouTube. So I'll start with myself because I'm here and I'm already talking.
Bloody hell, Rob! If we're starting with you, there's not going to be any time for anybody else. Between you and Colin, that's like 30 odd cars.
Not quite that many, but yeah, I'll try and keep it as brief as possible. So yeah, no, I'm actually you catch me fresh from collecting a car. So I took a little train down to London, and then onwards into Wiltshire, and just outside Salisbury. So the latest Beards and Bangers car, which you'll probably see a video on in the next, I don't know, few days, is another ZT. Funnily enough, it's a disease.
I've never heard of that model. When did they bring that out?
Very limited edition. So yeah, I can just see people now wanting to make Streetwise disease versions because that's
surely that were a mini model.
So yeah, so ZT, but new engine for me, or new engine variant for me. So I've just picked up a 1.8 turbo, and I had a very whooshy drive back from Wiltshire. So that's latest car. There'll be a series coming up on that because it's going to be a light, very light project. We hope. And then yeah, and my sort of flagship car is my the MG ZT 190 Husley Bear, which some of you will know if you watch my stuff. That is driving very sweetly. It's had a little bit of work done this week, which I won't muddy the waters by talking about that one too much now. But yeah, but that's ready for going back to Tom Force to try and get a bit more power out of it. And that car's pretty much done. So it's really no longer a project because aside from a couple of vanity items that it ought to have, but you wouldn't know if they're not there. That's pretty much done, which is incredible because that car was an absolute basket case when I got it. It had been sat for 2 years. The exhaust was rotten. The brakes were completely fouled up. Nasty messy thing. But it's now running very nicely. And then, yeah, Penny the Streetwise, it turns out her MOT had expired. So I had to very quickly get it into the garage. I've been away with work this week. So I was like, dropped it off at the garage before I went away and said, please MOT this before Friday. And they did. And it's back. And that's the wonderful AJF motor engineers in Westcott near Aylesbury, who are my long-suffering friends. And then, yeah, the BRMs, that's parked up for the winter. That's having a little bit of attention. Oh, God, what else have I got? A couple of cars that I'm selling, which I won't bore you with now. I think, is that it, Simon? Have I missed any cars? I'm sure Austin. I think Austin's in the chat, so he'll probably...
you've got mention Miranda.
I said I've got a couple I'm selling. That's the Tourer and the Miranda, the 75. So
the Tourer is really nice. Is into that one that's got the black ash dashboard in it.
Black ash dashboard. Yeah, it's. I say aside from we put a new ECU in it because the old ECU got cooked. for whatever reason. So we got a new ECU gone in it, which I think someone's been a little bit.
Austin's pointed out you've missed out the unicorn car.
Austin, I knew Austin would pull me up on something.
260.
No, Austin is part of the long-suffering AJF motor engineers. Yeah, the Tourer. We put a new ECU in it, and we need to code out. It's thrown up loads of faults, which it hasn't actually got. So we just need to get rid of those, and get the headlining done, along with a couple of other cosmetic bits, and that can go. And then, yes, as Austin correctly reminds me, I've got a seventh car, which is the ZT260, which is driving sweetly, has a lovely new clutch, and it's like changing gear is like, I don't know, sipping warm cream between black satin sheets, something like that. Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like we should have some sort of dirty music going on when you're describing this.
Yeah, and me swaying.
It's like a funk guitar playing in the background here. And asking, do we need to check your plumbing?
And yeah, just need to put some back boxes on it, because even though it sounds magnificent without them, it's probably a little bit too loud. So that's my update. In terms of the channel, very quickly, because I'm conscious I'm taking up loads of time and talking far too much, which I already do. Yeah, so this year, try and do some more reviews. I've got a couple. I've already got January's already gone, so I'm not going to get any weekends in January, because I'm doing something every weekend, car related, YouTube related. And then I'm looking forward to the big shows. So, and the first really big one is Pride of Longbridge. So, and that's it's not for YouTube going there. It is purely for the camaraderie.
Absolutely.
And I'll yes, hopefully see all three of you and a lot of you who are in the chat there. And I can say hello there to you guys. So enough of me blathering on. I think it's time to hear from Colin.
Oh, no. Well, to be honest, number one, thanks for hosting us tonight, Rob. For anyone who's new to the whole Headgasket Heroes concept, it is really to try and help do a bit of cross-community promotion between all four of our channels. So it moves around every one of the channels. So tonight Rob's the host. And it's just nice to be here, and we can already see. I'm just sitting here watching the chat, and everyone's comment about Pride of Longbridge and things like that already. So that's a good start. Everyone, it's the show. I mean, it is the show. I'm not going to lie. I've already booked my hotel, and I've got my time off approved. So I'm really, really looking forward to that this year. To me, it's the best reason to go to England every year. What's the crack with my channel? My channel's been a bit quiet recently. Not going to lie. It's just been non-stop rain here in Northern Ireland, and as everyone knows, I do most of my work out in the garden, so I've been trying to get things done between. But my problem at the minute is that I've accidentally got up to 15 cars.
I told you I wasn't the worst.
Oh, no.
Nearly.
It's not really. It's like it's got completely out of control. I mean, it has got completely out of control. So I'm having to make some really hard decisions on projects, and there's probably having discovered a few major issues with a few projects. There's cars that are just not worth saving anymore because it's going to take thousands and thousands. So a few projects are going, and unfortunately a friend of mine, Tony, passed away quite recently, and his car was going probably to scrap. So I've taken it on. I'll be doing a bit about it in the channel here soon, and it's kind of going to become more of a central project going forward. And all going well, I'll have it at Pride of Longbridge this year instead of a Streetwise, unless I get a really good Streetwise between now and then. So the question is then, which one of the S people want to go next? Shall we have? No, we'll go with Simone next. Simone, you can jump in and take over. Tell us about your catalogue of chaos that's currently occurring in your life.
Oh, God. Where do I start with that lot? Well, I'll start with the daily. I'll start with the 75. Yep, finally got the rockers, the sills welded, pulled out, replaced, you name it. The guy couldn't paint it in body color because it would have showed up with the work he'd done. So basically pulled out as best he could, did a bit of filler and just coated it in black. But it's fine. I'm quite happy with it. But he did say to me, like, at some point they'll need redoing properly. But it's okay for now. I'm not going to complain. But I need to get some kind of sealant inside it. And if anyone has any jacking pads, please send them to me.
Discount Rovers spares do replace sell them.
They're expensive.
You have to pay for stuff sometimes.
I know.
To be fair,
They want silly money for them.
To be fair, I've never had a bad product off the guys at Discount MG Rover Spares. And having bought stuff from all over the world for Rovers for coming on 20 years, some real bad quality stuff has came through my doorstep. And that's probably my fault because I am a cheap and miserable so-and-so.
If I
You have to be if you've got Rovers, Colin.
The other issue I have with the 75, apart from the fact that this year I need to get underneath it and treat the underside of the car and replace the fuel tank strap. I'm getting a bit of feedback.
We are also.
How's that?
Sounds all right to me.
Much better.
Yeah, so oh, thanks, Pingu, very kind. Yeah, I need to get the fuel tank strap, and I think I know how I can sort that out. It's a pain in the backside, I know, but I'm going to have a go at it. And the dashboard. I was given a wooden dash, and the bit that goes in front of the driver around the clocks got broken. And it was proper wood. So I'm not too sure what to do there. The other projects, Cortina, plenty of things need doing on that. Plenty of things are broken. Valve stem seals need doing. I've got some new oil for the engine.
In a nice tin can. In a nice can.
Yeah, in a very nice can. Good news with the Cortina, actually. Once I've got the engine sorted out and running properly, it looks like I have somewhere I can take the car and get the rest of the welding done. So, and it's not far from home either. So that's a really good sign. And all I've got to do is cut the back end out, weld it all up, and a few bits in the engine bay.
See, only Simone would say something like, all I've got to do, and then follow that with, cut the back end off, weld it all up, sort out the engine bay.
It sounds easier than it actually is. Yeah. But Tom, I've got one spare space. Oh, okay, sure. I have to save some money up for the hotel. Hopefully it won't be too expensive.
Unless, but if Simone's not there, which we all hope she is, then you can give it to me. I am planning a trip down to the southwest, even though I haven't told Simone this yet, because Simone wants to drive a ZT. So I'm actually at your front door, Simone.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. Georgia, sick. Right, the other two projects. I haven't touched the Yamaha in over a year, and that's just disgraceful, really. No, it's definitely not a cut and shut. But the Kawasaki, I have been busy bolting things on to Pinky today, realizing that bits and pieces are missing, bolts aren't long enough, and sorting a few things out and having a look at the wiring. But the exhaust is back on, and numerous other little bits and pieces. I am hoping that to get Pinky up and running this year.
Brill.
But yeah, that's the current total of my projects and what's going on at the moment.
If you get Pinky running this year and on the road, I'll ride down on my bike.
Sweet.
There's a
That'd be nice.
challenge for you.
Mm.
That's definitely a
And
challenge.
Rob will buy a 125 because apparently this year is when Rob we're going to do his CBT.
Ah,
Yes.
might take a while to get down here on a CBT. Oh,
Yeah.
no, 125.
I don't mind waiting for him. Like I can ride and then wait for an hour for him to catch up and then carry on.
For a short fat man, I can pedal surprisingly fast.
What? It's not one of those mopeds with pedals, is it?
No.
We'll all club together and get him a Club 50.
Yeah. I remember those.
So
Right,
thank
so when you do realize, having just made that noise, you've probably just created like some interesting responses in the chat, making purring noises.
It'll be clipped as an ASMR clip.
Probably. Well,
Yeah.
we know how Skick likes to listen to my videos. So.
Chat, if you want to hear Simone make more things like that, make sure you go over to subscribe to her YouTube channel, Hooked on Classics.
Bloody brilliant. So thank you, Simone, for your update. And last but by no means least is Simon.
Me.
Yes.
Right,
you.
where do I start? I'll start with my daily. It's a Honda Civic and it just does Honda Civic stuff. It never does anything wrong. Touch some wood.
Well,
It never does anything wrong.
Please.
It just goes and goes and goes. So there's not really anything to say about that. What else have we got? The MGTF, Margaret. Don't need anything doing, but is currently for sale. So if someone wants to make me an offer, I am more than willing to negotiate on a price that I've not even set, because that's how willing to negotiate I am. She's currently sat outside. She's normally garaged, but because of my other project, my dad's MGB is in my garage, which is annoying. It means I have to move it out of the way every time I want to start spray painting stuff. So yeah, Margaret's currently sat outside. She's got a hard top, so don't worry, potential purchasers. She's not leaky. What else have we got? So we've got the other project, the 216 Jenny, who, if people have been watching my channel, which they might not have because this is on Rob's channel, and Rob has got squillions of subscribers and I've got 7 or 8. They might know that Jenny has now got an MOT, which was quite a surprise. We put her in for an MOT just to see what work she'd need doing, and she didn't need any work doing at all. So she's got an MOT.
That's brilliant.
It is nice. It's always a nice surprise when you get a pass when you're expecting a fail. Yeah,
Absolutely.
but then we got a mate of ours to weld the arches up because they were a bit rusty, and do the front arches as well. So that's all been painted, welded and painted. And at the moment, I'm just working front to back, going over it and just beautifying everything as I go. So up to now, I'm just about to reattach the front bumper, which has been cosmetically altered, I shall say. Cosmetically altered. And then next will be the door mirrors and the side strips on the doors. They're getting changed. And then there's the back end and the exhaust. And then there'll be the interior, which is going to be even more interesting. So there we go. That's Jenny. What else have I got? Oh, Henny, the Rover 57. What else have I done to Henny? I've not really done anything other than put some indicator bulbs in, because I was fed up with the front indicators being a white with a hint of orange. I've put new bulbs in, so now they're orange. I painted the bottom grille gunmetal grey. So just spraying stuff. I seem to just spend all of my life buying spray paints and painting bits of cars that don't need painting anymore.
Well, at least we know to get you for your birthday.
Well, exactly.
An oxygen-fed mask, hopefully.
Yes, new lungs. What else? Oh, there's the bike, which I may have forgot to MOT since last November. But that's because I've not been out on it. So it's literally been sat in the garage without an MOT, and it needs new tyres on it. And weirdly enough, I got a letter from What's the police force around Birmingham?
West Midlands.
Yeah, that'll be it. West Midlands Police saying, "Is this you on your bike?" And it was somebody doing 40 mile an hour down this road, caught on camera. But it wasn't my bike, but the number plate did look like my number plate. So I logged on and said, "No, this isn't me. It's a completely different bike. Plus, mine's being locked in the garage." And I never heard anything back from that. So fingers crossed I don't hear anything back from cloning or anything like that. Yeah, but yeah, that's it. I've only got those few things now. There's only one that needs stuff doing to it.
Marvelous. Well, if you don't know Simon's channel, Smashing Pistons, then do head on over there, because while Simon does some very funky things with his cars, he does it in a very understated way himself. So
very unique.
The 216 project is definitely, it's worth subscribing just for that alone. So do head on over to Smashing Pistons and do check out Hooked on Classics and Robson Rover Repair if you don't already. I think, Mr. Robson, it's time for some chattery, because we haven't checked the comments for a little while.
Absolutely, I'm just sitting here enjoying the chats. Actually, to be quite honest, it's great to see so many people. There's currently 14 in the chat. Comments such about Simone's engine noises is definitely going down popular here, Simone. So,
okay, yeah, that engine noise.
Have a feature in doing ASMR videos on YouTube or potentially Babe Station. It could go either way here.
Babe Station. Is it the 90s?
I mean, you have the sofa for it, because that's all they used to do was sit on the sofa. But anyway,
while I interject, I saw a car the other day that got a sticker in the back window that said "sponsored by OnlyFans." I thought that was quite funny.
Oh God! You know, I've forgotten to post the this event on my Facebook page. I'm doing it now. A little bit late.
We can expect a deluge of attendees.
Hoping so.
A deluge.
Yeah, we will.
That's a very current topic word, isn't it?
It is.
Yes.
Yes. Get the lists out. Hopefully not the Epstein Island list, but get the lists out, and we'll get a deluge of people in here now as we speak.
Oh, soup reviews! You got a subscription for the soup reviews.
Soup.
Soup.
What the fucking soup?
Well, yes, it's funny we're talking about MOTs, because there's Tom turns around and makes a comment on the roll of the dice as the MOT. I have to admit, now I have seen some spectacular MOT passes in my time, but I think the funniest MOT failure I ever had was when I was 18. I was driving my Len Ford Escort into the MOT centre. Now, this is many, many years ago. It's 23 years ago. And a young lady decided in a Peugeot 206 to crash into me. Bang. The MOT guys took the car in, looked very, very kindly at me, and put it straight through the MOT centre, drove it out, and gave me a year's MOT.
No way.
Their exact words to me was, "You have enough problems, young man. By the time that's fixed, that car will be legal anyway." So,
Jeez.
but we do things very different to England, Scotland, and Wales for MOTs. We have government-controlled centres where you drive in and your car goes on ramps and it's shook to bits and everything like that. And by the time it comes out the other side, it basically has changed identity. There's been that many pokes and prods and things done to it.
Sounds like a Me Too inspection.
Yes. Is MOT still in England, Scotland, and Wales? Are they still entirely done by local garages, or do you have like commercial test centres available for them now?
No, it's local.
We've still got commercial places, but it's still local.
Right.
No, Rishi Sunak hasn't opened a chain of I don't know, MOT stations.
Well, oddly enough, if you find your local council, they have like a main vehicle testing centre for their vehicles, you are perfectly allowed to take your car there.
Oh, okay. Okay. There you
So
go.
I think taxis have to go to certain places, don't they? So if you're running a taxi, I don't know if it applies to Ubers, but if you're running a council licensed taxi, you can only go to specific places, and it's a lot more stringent.
I think that could be local authority tested because they're used so much more heavily.
Yes, yeah.
Wonder
Well,
what was
Pure Ebel in the chat is saying that he's going to try putting his project through MOT, but he says he's going to wait until it has wings and a bonnet. Do you know what? I say roll the dice and go for it, mate. And they can only fail you on things that are broken, not necessarily missing, was my interpretation of MOT rules.
Saying that, I know going slightly off topic, I was watching a YouTube channel the other day and they were going to convert an Orion from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. And they said, oh, it hasn't got indicators on the wings, it'll fail the MOT. It's like, no, it won't.
Ford Orion?
You mean like repeater indicators?
Yeah, if they're not there, if they don't exist. I
Hmm.
mean, my Cortina doesn't have side repeaters.
What year did they come in there? That's the thing.
It doesn't matter. If it's there and it doesn't work, it will fail. If it's not there,
That's true.
Hmm.
It's a good way of looking at things. If it's not there, you've nothing to worry about. So basically, what Simone is saying is when you're driving down the road and as more rust falls off our ever reliable, we can't be failed on it because the rust hasn't actually turned up to the MOT centre.
You can't fail it on having sills because they're not there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Seatbelts, they're not there. You can't fail them.
yeah. An invisible problem.
yeah, it's Bluetooth.
I think the Dinosaur Dad's made an interesting comment about roadworthy cars.
I can see Dino Dad's comments. Woohoo!
Now, hereby hangs a tale, perhaps. So, Simone can see Dino Dad's comments in StreamYard. Nearly called it Streamwise. Then I've got wise on the brain. It's a thing. It's a thing. Why shouldn't I? You know, come on. It's a big thing. And that's what she didn't say. But yeah, Dino loves a Victorian roadworthy here in Oz. Sounds like when you said Victorian, I was thinking Victorian. Bloody hell, that's a very old car if it's Victorian. But of course, Australia, where Ross lives in Australia, the Dino Dad is actually called Ross. And I'm sure he won't mind me saying that. He's in Victoria. Only done when you buy or sell a car. Some stuff on the road is like Mad Max. Sounds great. Now that's a road trip I'm looking forward to doing. It's going to go and see Dinosaur Dad. So this year Plymouth, next year Melbourne. You know, it's
So Dad's talking about cars that are like Mad Max. I really should go out sometime and film the local car scene here in Northern Ireland. You guys have not seen anything. Mad Max would be the nicer side of things. It's just scrap heaps and sheds and diesel cars on popcorn limiters and spring stuff taken out of them. And MOT, no, that car's never had an MOT. You know, it's just and coaches wearing Scania jackets. You guys have no idea what it's like. It's like, you know, and the group in herds according to what brand of tractor they prefer as well. That's another very, very interesting dynamic. And there's also a high ratio of young cousins that get pregnant in these vehicles as well. Don't know why, but you know, it just seems to be a culty thing.
we have that here. It's called Norfolk.
Oh,
The whole region dedicated to impregnating blood relatives. Fantastic.
There is the
Oh,
phrase.
I-
isn't there?
I-
Normal
I-
to
I was thinking mainly of Sandringham Castle, but I was
Well, it's your channel, boss. So
wouldn't be the first time I've had a run-in with MI6. So let me tell you.
Ah, well, sure. It's only a searched hard drive between friends. It makes no difference in 2024, does it?
Yeah, it's the proctology that hurts. But moving swiftly on, are there any other comments, Colin, that catch your eye that you feel that you should
Well,
read
actually,
out?
yes. Stephen S. Paul, sorry, the guy from SETI Alpha V, says here the MOT standard here in the US is every 2 years. But I wonder, is that state specific? Because some of the cars that I've seen on American shows and things like that, I don't think they would ever pass anything close to an MOT here in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
They seem to have a bit more flexibility in it. But I wonder, is that perhaps for commercial vehicles and the likes of taxis and stuff like that for compliance that way?
From what I've seen, there's a YouTube channel called Just Rolled In. A lot of states don't even have any kind of MOT whatsoever, and it's shocking. It is shocking.
That's Just Rolled In's a great channel. It would be one I watch on a regular basis, and it's popular in my work as well. I work in an auto parts shop, and that would be a lunchtime special. Everyone just stands and goes, "Oh my God, how is that even on the road sort of situation?"
And the mechanic says, "Oh, we'll fix this for you," and the customer says no and drives off. It's like, how?
Yeah. Oh, here we are. SETI Alpha has given us an answer. The MOT is a basic inspection there. So I've seen absolute heaps pass without windows or panels. So basically that sounds to me like our haven for rovers. We need to get to America, bring our rovers with us, and they'll just look at it and go, "I don't know what the hell that is." And
oh my God, New Mexico and Arizona and other Western states inspections are 5 to 7 years.
My God.
A lot of cars don't even last that long.
Maybe that's because the inspectors get abducted by aliens and brought back every 5 to 7 years. That'll be why it is in New Mexico. Yeah.
That's a good thinking, actually. That's a good idea.
High ratio of anal probing in that region probably balances off the need for MOT inspections. Explain a lot. It's amazing how we all nodded very seriously about that all at the same time.
It's a serious matter, Colin. I'm surprised you're making such a light of it, to be honest.
Dino Dad has got a point, though. Matt Furious's Crown Vic. I mean, that was pretty crusty.
As it turned out, yeah.
Yeah, not just. But I tell you what, if there was a guy who was going to do it right and fix it, it would have been him.
Yeah.
He's taken on some great projects. And the work he's done. I have to admit, fully jealous of when he did the little cop relay, and he did a lot of great work. 200 cop relay, and whenever it was right along Bridge, I remember seeing it, walking around it, and thinking, there's no faults. And I hate that because you can't help but be picky sometimes. Look at a car and you're thinking, oh, there's a whole pile of work, but why has he got Flingling tires on it and he spent 10 grand on a respray? Not mats, but I'm just talking about in general sort of thing.
Yeah.
But is that like brand? Are we snobs when it comes to that sort of stuff when we're doing repairs, or is it, you just sort of start getting a wee bit, oh, I would do this if it was mine that way, and vice versa?
I think brand snobbery is a thing that probably me and Simone can relate to motorbike things. Because the first thing that you do when you get a bike is you go out and buy a helmet, and you get a massive group of people going, oh, if it's not AGV or AVG or HJC or ARAL or whatever, then you don't care about your own head, because if you come off, them other cheaper ones are just going to explode like popcorn. And it's not true. They're all built to the same standards. It's just the more expensive ones are more comfortable. That's
very true. I mean, the most
that's
expensive...
them eyes tapping into, but they're listening to me, not you, Simone. So carry on.
Talking about crash helmets, the most expensive crash helmet I ever bought was £150, and it was made by a company called K-Berg, and it was the most comfortable crash helmet I'd ever tried. And it had a lift-up lid as well, and it had the visor thing like an aircraft, and it was a really nice crash helmet. And you can't get the model again; they don't sell it.
No.
Did they do that as well? It's like, I suppose it's like anything else. They kind of do a model for a couple of years and then move on to an enhanced model. But it's not
Yeah,
always
but-
better, is it?
No, but everything I've looked at since, I don't like the design of.
Mm.
And I don't like to go down the route of just the same as everyone else.
I mean, I suppose we should include these two. So, Rob, tell us about your helmet.
Well, I probably shouldn't admit this.
Does it have a lift-up lid? That's what we want to know.
Is it still purple?
Well, I wanted mine to look like Nigel Mansell's. I shouldn't say this, but during GCSE maths, rather than paying attention, my friend and I used to sit drawing helmets. Sorry, designing.
It were a mistake sending him a whiteboard, Colin. I'm telling you.
I went to a boys' school, so I went. No, we actually sat designing Formula One helmets. That's the nearest I've come to that kind of helmet. So
That's a good segue, actually. So what annoys me is, for motorcyclists, you need to have a helmet. You can't ride a bike without one. And you can get motorcycle racer copy helmets that have got their livery on them. Why can you not get F1 liveried motorcycle helmets? Because people that are into bikes generally are into motorsport as well, and they'd sell so well.
I think that's something to do, because I've looked at stuff like this before, with whenever combined copyrights lapse and organizations have arrangements that they're content to be like a partner of a sponsor and things like that. Now all of a sudden they're a sponsor of the enemy and all that sort of things. So that's why promotional merchandise it will just get destroyed at the end of a season. It's very, very rare. Like if you find 1987 Ferrari merchandise with a GIP on it, you don't have a GIP anymore. You know, that sort of stuff. So it's just, I think it's a lot to do with that. I think it's just mad when it comes. It's all money at the end of the day. All like, let's make money out of these people.
Simon's got a very good point. In 2009, Jenson Button won the Formula One World Championship, and you could get a mini replica helmet for silly money. Full size ones are like thousands, and it's like, I'd love one of them to ride, wear when I'm riding. But like you're saying, I don't know about the copyright side of things.
The only thing you could do is just buy a helmet and get someone to paint it.
That's true.
Or paint it yourself.
Yeah. So Rob, whenever I go racing eventually, are you going to design my helmet for me?
I would love to. So send me a picture and I'll send you back professionally.
You mean you're not following Colin on OnlyFans?
I think this is the opportune moment for a 5-minute break.
That's a good idea. I would like to point out one thing before we do. If you go up on the chats quickly, there was a question from Tom Drives, and I'm curious to know how you feel.
From Tom?
At 8:38 p.m.
Yes, I saw that. I think we could have a little chat about that here very quickly, as we take a wee break to allow everyone to relieve their bladder, relieve their soul,
and fill up a mug of any kind if they need to.
Yes, or if you happen to want to be sponsored by a particular energy drink brand, like I would love to be sponsored by. I'm no Lewis Hamilton, but I do know my way around a back road. So that's not really a conversation for previous talking about helmets. But we'll take a little break here, and we shall return shortly. I can figure out what button to press.
Yeah, I'm glad. We're still live.
I don't know how to do the break.
This isn't the break.
Just share a screen that's blank.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Hold on. Sorry.
Or I could play some videos.
I've got something here. Oh, no.
sparkling smoker.
We go talk.
Yo, microphone check, make it a microphone check. Give it a microphone, I make it a microphone dead. Don't step to me, newbie, I could truly be moody. I could have played the fucking Grinch in the movies.
Right.
I've been a
Oh, swear words! Didn't know about that. Sorry, folks.
We're still here.
We're still here, so we're going to freeze our cameras for a second or a few minutes, and then everyone can catch up.
I don't know what's going on with the comments because I'm writing stuff that's coming through as me, but Colin's also writing stuff that's coming through as me. So that's really weird. But Tom, I think your SD1's fantastic too. Hopefully I'll be back in just a sec. So we shall just continue pausing for just a moment.
Yeah, it's weird, Rob. What the hell is going on with this whole commenting thing?
I don't know. I'm not. This is the first time I've used Streamwise without breaking it, to be honest. But we still got a little way to go. So
still potential for it all to go horribly right.
Yeah.
It's I don't know what it is. It's just it kept kicking me out and it telling me earlier on that my account suddenly wasn't valid, and I was going, would need to be valid. You guys are still streaming on it. So.
Strange, but yeah, thank you, viewers, for bearing with us. We longingly await the return of Simon and Simone.
It must be a thing to do with the letter S, their high bladder capacity, and that's why it's taking them so long to empty.
Yes, yeah. Or their kitchen's a long way from their cameras or something like that. So that's it.
Knowing Simone, she probably went next door to ask, can she borrow a cup of hot water so she can see the electric.
But yes, Matt makes a very valid point. This is very much like the opening of the Crankcase Christmas special with Norman's chair there. But do bear with us. We've got something exciting coming up after the break bit, sort of. So yeah.
Yes. Oh wait, no! Look, Simon is returning.
No, hang on.
That's Norman. What's Simon?
Oh, why am I muted?
That is the legend.
Here we are.
Hello, Norman. What are you doing here?
I just saw there were a door open. I thought I'll just pop in and say hello.
Well, what are you doing in Simon's house? What?
Don't tell Julie, but I live here.
Where does Sharon live?
Sharon lives here as well, but don't tell Julie that either.
Goodness me. There's lots of you in that house. Then
Sharon's not here at the moment. She's at a vajazzling class.
Oh yes, I forget. She's very into that. So yeah, last time I saw you was at Gaydon, and I was trying to film something, and you kept interrupting me. Do you remember that, Norm? Anyway,
yes, I do remember that. Yes,
Simone has returned.
Oh my God, what's happened to your head, Simone?
That's a.
I'm impressed you can take your helmet off without removing your glasses.
It's a bit cheaper.
Yeah. I mean, that's the first time I've ever heard a woman complain about a helmet being too big.
How unfortunate for you, Colin. I get that all the time.
Ow.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Yeah.
We obviously can't drive or ride during these live streams, but we can get close and pretend by putting.
Oh, Sharon's back. Hang on, I'll be back in 2.
Yeah. Reason why I've got this is because this is no way road legal. It's too old. And yes, it's pink and black. And I found it. A friend of mine sold it to me. So I thought, I'm just going to put it on the bike when I'm at shows.
Very nice.
According to the chats, Rose Cheeks thinks that Simone's helmet's even better than Nigel Mansell's helmet. So, I mean, that's a seal of approval.
But yeah, this Simon was saying about the British motorcycle thingy mob machine thingy sticker thing there.
The golden sticker.
There we go.
I'm not showing you my helmet collection. It'll take too long.
What, you mean you've got more than one?
Yeah.
That must be painful.
4, I think.
Probably painful for the other 3 fellas.
I've got to make money somehow.
But watching him in the urinal is a treat. Anyway, So, as I alluded to a moment ago, Colin has prepared something magnificent, and I don't mean what he had for dinner, which he finished eating literally moments before this live stream. There's the evidence. So, without further ado, I hand you back to Colin for this exciting quiz.
Yes, this is where everyone needs their scribbly devices and, pens and glasses on. And for those who want to take part in chat, please encourage you to do so. I request that no one in the chat gives the answer until our elite team of quiznauts here have scribbled down. So delay your answers just ever so slightly. And the way the format will be doing now is everyone has been provided with a whiteboard and pen. So they're going to write down the answer so that the whole world can see how wonderfully correct they are or how disastrously wrong they are at the same time. And this will be the quiz of all quiz. It's 20 simple questions, all motoring themed, and we shall get ripped into it, as the catchphrase that I always use. So
get ripped into it.
Yes.
Do I win?
If what do you win? You could win a hug from me at Pride of Longbridge.
I expect one of those anyway, Colin, to be honest.
Well, yes, I never specified how many items of clothing I'd be wearing for this particular hug.
The more the better.
Yes, probably. Yes, I'm more attractive the more covered up I am. That's what I've been told by my other half. So, without further ado, let's get into round one of this quiz. And round one is called Combustion Chaos. Okay. Now, be prepared for this one, folks. This will be, I'll maybe change it around. We'll start off simple. Who invented the diesel engine? You're going to get about until I get bored of waiting for every answer to write down your answer. Anyone in the comments? Any clues? No Googling comments, people. I see what you are up to. Trying to look smart. Germans.
That Matt will be Googling it. I know what he's like.
Oh, dear.
I'm watching you, Matt.
That's not all of the Googling, Norman. I'll be Googling other stuff as well, pervert.
Oh, it will be, won't he? He'll be sat in his streetwise with his tissues, Googling stuff.
Have we all got...
so we can see him.
Pingu's comment wins the comments of the night.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so...
My pen's not working properly.
Oh, she's coming up with excuses already.
It's brand new. How's it not working?
I don't know.
Is everyone else's pen working properly?
Mine's working perfectly fine, Colin, as you would expect it to be.
Thank you.
I have a exciting operator error here.
To turn it around.
Your generous gift, unlike Simone.
I've got a Sharpie somewhere.
That won't work.
Shall we pause?
No, you're okay.
You're
okay. I have been writing it. Okay.
Okay. So our illustrious first question is: the answer was in the name, Rudolph Diesel.
I didn't know his first name.
Hang on.
I didn't know his first name.
Alan Diesel. So I'm going to trust you all to keep your own scores because, like any, conservative government, we trust each other, and I'm sure there'll be absolutely no dodgy maneuvers coming the slightest. Also, I'm too lazy to keep scores of everyone here on the internet. Question number 2.
Do I get half a point for that because I got half the name right?
No half points.
What was half the name you got right? Mister. That's not a name.
Now, here's the real one for the car enthusiasts. The Rover V8, as we all know, started off life as the Buick V8. However, what year did the Buick V8 first appear in an American car before being discontinued?
Oh.
My pen's not working now.
Oh no.
Oh no. Has anyone else got Sharpies handy?
No.
I don't know the year, but I'm going to guess.
Guess. Just guess. Is Rob, I'm assuming your pen's still operating, or if we had a...
Still working.
This is a fix.
Do you know I actually ordered 3 colored separate pens for every single one of you, so there would be no excuses?
Oh, what am I going to use? Hang on, let me go and fetch a pen and some paper.
Pen and paper. We're going old school here. While we're waiting, we'll go through the comments here as well. Stickman has decided that 1066 was the year of the Buick. I think we're a little bit premature there, but I'll leave that up to him. Stephen S. Paul thinks 55. Dino Dad thinks 52. But we shall hold off on revealing the answer just yet.
Yeah. Any more for any more in the comments?
Yes, get your comments out, folks. Please do.
We'll just wait for Simon to get back from looking on Wikipedia. And,
Yeah.
The pen isn't working, but his phone currently is.
Winning this quiz is quite prestigious, so I'll go to any lengths to.
Barry says 62.
Going for 62 from SETI Alpha. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. We are aware that by this stage, everyone will have already probably Googled it.
Probably.
We're hoping.
Cheating. If you do that, you're cheating.
We're hoping everyone's playing the game.
Now I'm trying to think because
a
certain Rover came out with that engine.
Gonna have to push this for time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Who's got what? 57, 58, 56.
Oh, that's random.
Ooh, this is interesting. Well,
I mean, obviously, I'm never going to get closest if I'm not exactly right.
Surprisingly enough, it was actually 1961.
Oh.
However, that was the production version, and there was earlier versions that have been very unspecified throughout time and history. So technically, every one of us gets a point there because it was in the late 50s.
There we are.
Points all round. Right, question number 3.
Shall I keep scores then?
Can you write that down, but
I've got it on my notepad. Don't worry.
Oh, Rob's keeping count. Oh, that's always dangerous. Always dangerous.
The question is, did anyone in the comments get this right? I think someone.
No, I've been watching the comments here. No one's got it right yet. No one got the exact year. So, question number 3. The Napier Rilton had the biggest production engine of a British car in existence. To the nearest litre, what was the capacity of this 12-cylinder engine to the nearest litre?
What car are we on about?
A Napier Rilton.
Napier
Rilton.
Never heard of it.
Probably
That probably is a clue.
1920s.
I'm gonna. I don't know, so I'm gonna go.
This was a proper production car. This wasn't a one-off.
Right. I've written down a number.
Everyone got a number?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone in the comments want to have a wee guess as well here?
Stickman says 1 million.
Well,
Stickman's used to high CC cars, though, aren't you?
yeah, that's. I think we're a wee bit overboard there. Pingu's going for 17. I shall happily reveal once you guys reveal your answers. So show me the 20.
Yeah, it's 20, not
24,
1,957.
and Simone 18.2. Well, we have a winner with Rob. It was 23.9 litres of thrusting British power.
What did you put, Rob?
24 litres.
Wow. That's more than I thought.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
Very, very impressive indeed.
Well, when we're on the subject of litres, question number 4. This will be a good one for you. Our American friends are famous for knowing and referring to engines by cubic capacity. Bentley is very famous for its 6 3/4 litre engine. However, what is the 6 3/4 litre in American cubic capacity?
That's too much maths.
Can
we have less maths, please? I don't know. I have no idea. Hang on, I'll just put a random.
See, this one completely threw me, and I thought this will be a nice, because there's an easy one after this.
Anyone going to guess in the chat?
I would hope that some of our Australian friends might be able to guess, because they would be used to working in cubes as well as litres out there.
I think Matt's got it right.
This pen is terrible.
Oh, Pingu has suggested 390.
390. Dino's going for 260 here.
Oh, right. That kind of... Oh, okay.
Simone, did you think I meant like in meters or something?
No, I was going for like point something.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yes, like something like, 460 or 220 or anything like that.
Oh, I see what you mean, because you see on the side of like Shelby's and stuff. Muscle cars, yeah.
Chat went very quiet for this one, I have noticed. I think this one's definitely confused a few people.
And I think we've got 2 Americans in the chat as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Well, we got one who's British who lives there.
Sorry, I do stand corrected. And we've got one actual American as well.
That doesn't mean that they know what litres works out from the...
An actual American, like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
These gallons are different in the States as well.
They are.
True, that's true. Well, I can exclusively reveal that
you know what his answers
6 3/4. Let's see the answers. Oh, do you know what? I think Rob gets a point because the answer is 412, and I was going to allow anyone within 20.
Oh my god!
Oh, definitely getting a point now.
So let's just do a recap here, Colin. Rob's got the only pen that works, and Rob's got most points.
It's fixed.
That's what it was.
POL, Colin.
It was fixed. The random pens and pads that were sent to you based on random colours that I did not specify. That was complete fixed. It's like, hold on, Scottish referendum. Let's vote again because we didn't get the vote we wanted. Let's go. There's Project Ronnie's just dropped into the chat there saying hello to everyone.
All right, Jake.
Good to see that man here for the crack. Right, next question. And this is, I don't expect anyone to get this. So there's going to be a multitude of ways you can get points for this one. The first ever production turbocharged cars were American. Okay. Both in the year 1962. If you can name a brand, a model, or the type of engine, so like 4-cylinder, V6, V8, etc., that the car was turbocharged with, you'll get a point for everyone. So go wild for this one, folks. And to assist as well, One is a brand that is no longer around, and one is a brand that is still around. And this will be good in the chat.
I've written down the name of a car, including its brand.
Oh! Simone feels confident here. Stickman thinks it's a Reliant Robin. Stephen thinks it's an Oldsmobile. I'd be honest, be betting on the Reliant Robin more.
I could be completely wrong, but this is what I'm going with.
Ronnie's gone with Pontiac. Right. Shall we reveal your answers?
Oh, God, I only got one. Well, I've written something down.
Pontiac Firebird. Okay. Straight Cylinder 6 and Plymouth Super B. The Straight 6 gets a point.
Yay!
Who was that?
6. Everyone else was wrong. However, Stephen Paul was right. Oldsmobile, Jetfire specifically, and the Chevrolet Corvair were the 2 first ever turbocharged cars.
No way.
Yep.
Well, at least I had a go. At least I tried.
Those questions were a bit cruel, I have to admit. Everything else is easier from this point on, a lot easier.
You've just jinxed us now, Colin.
No, it is. At the end of the first round of Combustion Chaos, Rob, I know, has been keeping score of the points because he's very, very competitive. Rob, what is the final score there, please?
I got 20, and Simon and Simon didn't get any points.
I got 1.
Sorry, I was reading something else. Simon got 1. Simon got 2, and I got 3.
Yep. So, as the man says, everything to play for in the next round. Right, the next round is called Warranty Woes. All information in this round, based called Warranty Woes, has been sourced by a company called Warranty Direct. We can very famously remember them using a Rover 75 in 2005 as their advert for extending your warranty. And then they refused to cover Rovers despite the fact they had them in their advertising campaign. But hey ho. Anyway, question number 1 for the round of Warranty Woes. What is the most common warranty claim on a used car in the United Kingdom? It's an easy one. Come on, there's nice, simple questions. We're going to keep it fun. Stickman says he doesn't happen to write down his points. That's okay. I'm sure Rob's written them down for you as well.
I'll make them up at the end. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay, folks, let's see now. Let's see anyone in the chat want to throw in a last-minute question. EML, airbag, clutch. Okay. Well, I can confirm faulty boot release, windscreen replacement. That windscreen replacements is only with my cars. I've had 3 this year. The most common claim is actually axles and suspension here in the UK.
Wow.
21% of vehicles. What that says about the state of our roads, I don't know. But, who knows?
My neighbour's kicking off.
That's what I put.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah,
we didn't see that there the first time that it wasn't written there.
Are you sure? If you say so.
What's your neighbour kicking off about?
I don't know.
What's he saying? I can hear a Northern Irishman, an Englishman, and a Yorkshireman talking.
That's what it is. It sounds like the start of a bad joke. Paddy Englishman, Paddy Scottish, Paddy Yorkshireman, and Paddy Northern Irishman. They always started that way, wasn't it? So here we go.
Number 2 point out in this chat. Engine jam should have been a warranty claim as well. I think you're right.
Yeah. Is Tom still here?
Strawberry.
Is Tom still in the chat?
Tom was there. He hasn't disappeared.
I haven't seen him for a while. I've got an idea
See the
for later,
individual
Colin.
people.
I've got an idea for later, Colin.
Oh, here. Well, you know I'm married, so I can't. But
Yes, he's there. He's there.
Tom's there. Tom is there still. Excellent. Okay, this will be a good one. Tom, I think you'll appreciate this one. And I think most of the chat will appreciate this one because this is a good excuse to hate on other car brands. What brand has the highest percentage of claims per owner here in the UK?
Ooh.
But as in insurance claims.
Warranty. This is all warranty related this one.
Okay.
Ooh.
See some excellent. Let's see what people think in the comments. We're going to see the true hatred of different brands coming through here. The guy from SETI Alpha 5 says Citroen.
Lemons to you too.
Stickman says Ferrari.
And we can't use British brands because they don't exist anymore.
Unless you've got a Morgan and it's got Beetle.
Yeah,
What about Noble? They're still going, aren't they?
probably owned by a different company. Probably owned by a foreigner now.
We're getting some extreme European hate
Right.
here. You know, French, Italian, German.
I'm thinking outside the box.
Okay. Are we ready to reveal our answers to the general
go
public
on.
then, folks? Go ahead. Renault, MG, UK, and Tesla. Surprisingly, none of those were in the top 10.
Hmm.
However, the highest, with a 40% of owners having to make a factory warranty claim, was Alfa Romeo.
Really? Oh, blimey. I
40%.
didn't think Alpha. I didn't think Alpha.
Now, number 2 was Porsche with 36.
Wow,
And Land Rover snuck in there at 34% at number 3.
that's no surprise.
Yes. Surprisingly enough, in the top 10, the 10th position was actually held by Citroen. The rest of it was made up entirely of BMW and Volkswagen groups vehicles. So, vive the France, as it might be going forward. This is an easy one now for number 3. No one actually got that right in the chat. I'm surprised no one jumped straight in with a bit of Alfa Romeo hit. Maybe if it had, I even thought Lancia. You know, I think
maybe those figures, Colin, are just claims that actually were accepted. Renault and whatever might have made millions of claims, but they all got binned off.
They probably told them after Brexit, you're not getting any parts.
Exactly.
Well, for me saying Tesla, I've heard that a lot of people put in claims for malfunctions and stuff. So,
But then also, I would find that most Tesla drivers are people who are happy to buy broken things anyway. So, you know, that's a generational thing.
yeah.
Number 3, according to Warranty Direct, the most reliable used car in the UK is point for the brand and a point for the car.
Ooh.
Chat, I would love to see what people think is the most reliable car in the UK that is used. By used, we mean 3 to 5 years old. So that'll also help.
Okay.
SETI Alpha thinks Ford Focus.
I'm probably wrong with this one.
I did put that, Barry, and then I've changed it.
Stickman has informed us that this cat has been watching for quite some time. Yaris, without Rover Streetwise, that's obviously a good shout. Honda Civics and Toyotas, obviously. So, would we like to? I want you guys to present your case. So we have Ford Mondeo, Ford Focus, and Honda Civic. You get a point for Honda, but it's actually the Honda Jazz is voted.
Well, that makes sense because they're driven by people that drive very slowly.
Who's got a point? Simon.
Simon got a point there.
I got 5 points there.
Curiously, the Honda Jazz is also the vehicle most likely to have its catalytic converter stolen off in the UK as well.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, it's something to do with the placement of the catalytic converter right at the front of the engine, and they don't have an engine cover. But they encourage anyone to get the angle grinder out and make a few quid.
Is there a magazine Is there a magazine sort of dedicated to the Honda Jazz?
Probably.
Jazz
We should make-
Monthly.
The Jazz Max, yeah.
We've got to congratulate Pingy, who answered Jazz.
Yeah.
Literally
Yeah,
30
he got it.
seconds after you gave the answer, Collins. Well done, Pingy.
Well done.
He's not said whether that were an answer or just a request for
a bit of like jazz hands, maybe, or something
What
like
with the
that.
Chris
you know?
Jazz hands? Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen my hands covered in jazz, but I don't think that's the same thing.
Engine
I
jazz.
will say this: I actually did an experiment earlier on, and the chat is running about 50 seconds behind. So I would say we will give credit to Pingu there. So fair play to Pingu.
Yeah.
So Simon got a point there. Fantastic.
We're off.
This will be a good one. What brand has 3 out of the top 10 most unreliable engines in the last 20 years? What brand has 3 of the most unreliable, dog shit, piece of crap, likely to blow up or catch fire at the side of the road engines in the last 20 years? And this is where we're really going to see some hatred coming out in the chat section, I think.
I'm hoping mine's fact-based, but my answer. But
This is very fact-based. And I do want to specify this includes petrol and diesel engines. So it covers both aspects of Greta Thunberg hating you regardless because you're not driving an electric vehicle.
and you can tell who I speak to a lot about cars because he's just put the same answer as I put. So. in the chat.
Lamborghini, we've got Vauxhall, we've got Jaguar Land Rover, Vauxhall, who put Nissan? Well, I suppose Nissan's mostly Reynolds now, so that could be argued to be true. Well, folks, shall we see who has guessed what? Jaguar, Fiat, and VW. Well, believe it or not,
Volkswagen Audi Group.
no one has got that right.
Covered most of the car brands out there. By
Nobody has got that
Nobody.
It's actually BMW.
I was going to put that, and I changed my blooming mind.
BMW. Yeah, BMW in the last 20 years, they've received the most unreliable vehicles. They're 2-liter diesels. They're V8s, the 4.4s, and their choice of the 1.6 turbo in the BMW-owned Mini have seen the most warranty claims and defined as the most unreliable engines on the market.
You're right. The N47 2-liter diesel, which
We get that, and it's pretty bomb-proof.
Well, it's the one after the one that Rover modified. That had serious timing chain issues. They used to go snap.
Didn't the Mini use a Peugeot engine?
Yeah, it's a BMW Peugeot engine. Yeah.
I thought they put the K series in that car initially.
In the what? The Mini?
Yeah. Wasn't that in it originally?
No, it's a Brazilian manufacturer went in the Mini. It's a 1.6 from Brazil. A brand no one would have heard of.
Yeah, there's a Tritec engine. It was like a weird 8-valve lump iron thing, and trust me, they're having my fun with them. But we'll save my pains for another day.
I do have a random question though. When the R50 was first built, did it have a Rover engine?
The Mini R50.
Yeah.
This is actually quite interesting because there's some stuff about this on a few of the websites. The first ever version that was ever shown to anyone, whenever the Mini is back, kind of thing in that shape and stuff, it was actually a Fiat that had been cut and shunted and reskinned. From what I've read online, the engineers had always planned it for a K series, but for whatever reason, probably to do with emissions and warranty and possibly fuel standards around the world and ease of work, they went for this Tritec engine. That would be my thought anyway, because they are a very simple engine to work on.
Okay. It was just a little thing that crossed my brain.
Yeah. There's someone who's joined into the chat.
You really don't like Minis, do you, Saban? You're wanting them to have K series in them.
Yes.
Probably a bit more reliable than the BMW engine that's in it.
Well, the modern BM anyway. Well, speaking of reliability, this leads nicely into the last question in the warranty woes. This is a good, nice, easy one. Loads of people will get this one. I expect to see points all around for this one. But you got to get both parts of it right. So, here in the UK, who has the longest warranty currently available for a car? How many years and how many thousands of miles? I tell you what, if you get one or the other, you get a point. If you get both, you get 3 points.
How many? What was the mileage as well?
Yes, if you can get it.
I'm just going to throw it out there.
Project Ronnie's dropped in with MG, Kias as well. Pagani, yes, Pagani. That would be great. I would dare say most people have probably got this one right. So it is Kia with 7 years and 100,000 miles.
I didn't
I got
expect 100,000 miles, but that's ridiculous.
I got it wrong.
Hyundai.
So I got 2 bits of that right. Simon got 2 bits. That's that 2 points each.
That's 3 points each if you get the miles right and the name.
Not that we've got
We've got the time right.
Well, we'll give you a point each then.
I got all of it wrong.
Simone gets 9 points taken off.
That's -8 then.
Yeah.
I know nothing of modern cars. I don't.
Project Ronnie
I
is
don't go there.
asking, doesn't MG UK match this? And having witnessed some of the problems that MG UK have given people for trying to actually have warranty claims, such as a new ZS I was reading about yesterday with 14,000 miles on it, and the guy's not getting any help, I would not substantiate that MG UK would be willing to offer the same warranty that is claimed. I just wouldn't trust it myself, so that's why we went with Kia for that answer. So, scores on the doors, Rob?
In that round, Simone got une patate. I got 1, and Simon got 2.
Oh.
I got 2.
So does that change the overall standings then?
So the overall standings are Simone's on 1, Simon's on 4, and I'm on 4.
Oh, we've got a tie break.
Yeah.
Oh, here. Yeah. We've still got a few more to go. Don't worry. There's still hope, Simone. There's still plenty here.
Okay.
Round 3 is called Rip Off Britain because everything feels like it's far too expensive so far. However, let's see everyone else's points in the chats if anyone wants to put up. Rose Cheek says she's got 6 so
6
far.
points. Well done.
Good going, Ben.
Everything's expensive at the moment except my MGTF, by the way. So if somebody wants to buy it, just mention it.
Yeah. There's an absolute advertising opportunity for anyone who wants to take part in that one. And Rob, you'll be selling a car soon as well, won't you?
2, 3,
I think we've got 9.
4.
And Simone, you'll be selling those engine purring noises on ASMR.com very soon as well.
I'll be creating NFTs of them.
Pingu has got 9 points so far. Is that right? Good play. Fair play to you. Round 3, Rip Off Britain. This is a good one. To the nearest £100, what is the fine for having the wrong address on your driver's license? This staggered me, by the way. This really staggered me. Have we all got answers?
Yep.
Yeah, whether it's right or not is another story.
£300, £100. Is that £1 million?
$1 million and a laser.
Okay. Yeah. Chat has said 275.95. It's actually £1,000 for not having the correct license on your driver's license. £1,000 fine. And that's actually a court.
Hang on a minute.
Yes, Simone just added that there. Yeah. What do you reckon, gents? Should we give her a sympathy point because she's dragging behind here?
Well, technically, Simon was the nearest, but yeah, we'll give Simone a point. We'll give points for everyone.
Oh, you're such a lovely giveaway, man, Ernest.
No one got it in the chat, but this will be a good one as well now. So, the highest speeding fine ever recorded in the UK was by Mario Lemina, who was a Southampton footballer. This man already had 21 penalty points on his suspended license when he got caught speeding in his yellow Mercedes. When he went to court, the fine was how much? To the nearest 1,000. Nearest 1,000 we'll give you.
Well, don't they start doing that thing where it depends how much you earn that the fines changed?
That is actually in Switzerland and Sweden.
I remember
That
this
was based on
story.
a percentage.
I remember this story very well. I thought you were going to ask about the car.
No. Can't make it too easy. So, Seti Alpha says 50k. Bad Book says 200k. Pingu says 125k. Stickman is very optimistic with £1.
Well, whatever it was, a footballer. It's a drop in the ocean.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he played for Southampton, so I know nothing about football, but I don't exactly
maybe
think
not.
he's going to be rolling in cash there.
Maybe not.
I bet he's still
Some
bringing
great
home
answers here,
what we
folks.
bring home in a year, though.
Undoubtedly.
Shall we go for answers, folks?
Yeah.
Oh, the only person who's got close was Dino Dad in the chat. He got 90k. In fact, it was £96,425.
Jeez.
And that was reduced. The fine was reduced for he cooperated in court.
Wow.
How did he cooperate? It's not really.
He turned up and
do
didn't
anything.
contest. That was their definition of cooperation, according to the court reports.
Just turning up.
Just turning up, yeah.
Turned up and no contest. He
It's
ended
not
up
like
with
he's-
27 points at the end.
It's not like he had to be at work or anything.
From what I heard, he was going so fast, the speed camera was struggling to read the speed.
He had so many convictions. The two that actually led to this fine was a 90 mile an hour in a 40 zone and a 90 mile an hour in a 60 zone as well.
Jeez, what an idiot.
Did you say you were driving a yellow L series streetwise?
It must have been a 3-door to be doing them speeds.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. I would say roof rails off as well to make sure he's
Yeah.
getting maximum aerodynamics.
Folded in his
Yeah.
wing mirrors.
Yeah.
Mhm. Now, question number 3. This will be interesting because I think this is a kind of thing that everyone can give an answer to, especially the people in the chat. What is the current average for car insurance here in the UK? Now, that's across all ages. And I'll give you a hint. It's under £1,000
Mm.
and within the nearest £25. How does that? Is that plenty of good guesswork for everyone to work with there? Chat, what is your average UK? Yeah, too much, says Austin Carter. Here, I hear you up, brother. Believe me. Don't think you'll have any two arguments about that. Seti Alpha says 650. Bad Book says 823.
This is average.
Average across all ages, backgrounds, genders, real or imaginary. So, you know, it can be Dino Dad says 680. Project Ronnie is saying my metro is 5,300 a year to insure. Okay,
Jeez.
right, that's a bit mad.
That's crazy.
UUJ is throwing in a very specific 854.42. It's almost as if he Googled the answer there.
Who's
So let's
that?
see it, folks, within the nearest £25.
Julie,
Get your answer
that's
right.
what Julie said.
Yeah.
Oh, Julie.
That's only what French expats get charged.
Yeah, it's a flat rate for Julie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What's your answers?
Salmon's
Get
other
your
half.
answers
Yeah,
out.
there we are.
600, 575 and 20p, 508, 93. Well, actually, we have a very close. Currently, it's £561 is the UK average. So you imagine having 40 years no claims bonus and still paying that kind of money. So who got close to that? Was that Simone and Simon got close to that?
I think Simone were closest.
Simone gets a point.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tell you
this is
what,
making
last
it
year-
interesting.
Last year, my Rover 75 insurance for this year came through. Previous year, it was 300 odd. They sent me a renewal for 780.
I think the comments say it all. That people are asking is Project Ronnie's car made of gold for an insurance quote like that? And everyone's just generally hating insurance. As I always say, at least Dick Turpin wore a mask.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter when it is, but if you're kind of 25 or younger, which I'm suspecting Jake is, and I know Austin is, it's going to be expensive, and you'll moan about it. So, but once you hit 25, it comes down.
Yeah, but I'm in my
Well-
late 40s, and that was like, what the? Yeah.
Jake's in his
They're
50s.
trying it on because I've had classic car renewals from Lancaster this year.
I was-
At, £200 more, and I've rung them and going, what the flip?
Yeah.
And then,
My Cortina went up by 100 with Lancaster.
magically they were able to match last year's. So they're just trying it, I think, a lot of the time.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely it's definitely an industry that requires some sort of advanced regulation on pricing. But at the end of the day, if the government's getting their tax and stamp out of it, they don't seem to care about these things anymore.
Stickman's just said his annual mileage went from 7 to 10k, and they reduced the
So-
interest by 50 quid.
That's because you're getting more practice in that.
And it's because it's a streetwise, obviously.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's that spoiler. I hope you've declared that.
Now hold on. Does that mean your annual mileage allowed? I'm wondering, does that mean he's allowed an extra 3,000 miles in the back of a pickup truck, and that's why it came down?
It's because they know his head gasket's not going to last more than 7.
10,000 miles a year in a K series. That's optimistic,
We shouldn't knock the K series. Come on, that's like the antithesis of what we're about. They're cracking engines.
They are. They love to crack heads. But anyway,
Just ignore that.
I want now for the next question. Yeah, just ignore me. The next question, I want everyone to draw on their devices there a circle.
How big does the circle need to be? Do we need to draw stuff in it, or?
No, it can just be a circle. And I want you to look at the circle. And this is a test of your general knowledge of UK road signs. Imagine that circle is a circle with a white background on a pole, the same as you would see with a 30 mile an hour or 40 mile an hour sign. And it's red with nothing in it at all.
Ooh.
What does that sign mean? I would be seriously impressed if anyone in the chat gets this. So, I'm going to draw this so everyone can see. You see that? So, there is your road sign. That would all be white, and then you would have
A judge
a
got it.
red circle.
I know it. I've got it.
No polos. No polos.
Hang on, you're just drawing the goals from Quidditch there, Colin.
As someone who's never watched Harry Potter, I'll have to take your word on it.
I've never seen that either.
Seti Alpha says bus stop. Pingu says no polos. Does anyone else? Rings of Fire? Well, that's possibly for the kebab shop after a couple of pints. It just means don't. You Jay, on to something here. That's all I'm saying. He's on to something here.
No
invisible cars, man. So we'd like to try and guess answers. Go around the board. No access. Someone has phone
pinched.
What?
Someone's pinched the numbers.
Okay. And Simone, do you want to guess?
No access. I don't.
No.
Oh, Pingu.
It actually means, and this blew me away. It actually means no vehicles under any circumstances.
Ah.
So it doesn't matter if it's a push bike, a motorbike, a car, bus, lorry, no vehicles permitted at all.
So kind of no access is kind of right.
Yeah.
Maybe because you can have horses go down there.
Shall we give her a point? What does the chat think?
You can't give her a point.
Give me a point as well in that case.
If Simone gets a point, then I get a point for someone who's pinched the numbers, because that could be a thing.
Okay. Do you know what? Look, $3, points all around. Everyone gets a point. Just do it. Everyone gets a point today.
This reminds me of my driving test, which I passed first time. Now I did my driving test in the last year before theory.
Matches only.
Yeah, theory. So it was a pure practical test, and I hadn't read the highway code at all. In fact, I'd never touched a copy of the highway code. So came to the end of the test, which I passed all that bit, and he started me showing me road signs, and it was like, what's this? What does this mean? Don't know. What does this mean? Don't know. He goes, have you learned the highway code? I was like, no, didn't know I had to. He goes, right, I'm passing you, but when you get home, learn the highway code. Yeah, still haven't.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. There we are.
I took my test when they first started doing the theory, and you had to go to a classroom, and it were a paper test. Didn't even have a computer to answer questions on. That was random.
Clicking the mouse whenever the hazards appear as it comes down the road.
I had to do that for the motorbike test.
Yeah, it's not good.
Which is silly, because with a motorbike, literally everything is a hazard.
The motorbike test, they also include things like birds flying towards you in the helmet. Well, so I would say that would be part of it.
How to find Starbucks. How to find Costa.
Where to find places where other men stand around smelling of sweaty leather. You know, I mean, it's standard motorbiking experiences. So, number 5, question for the final question in Rip-Off Britain. And this one will piss everyone off. Whoa, the evil government here. To the nearest billion. How much has the UK government stolen from the average person with, we call it road tax, but it's not. Road tax, fines, ULEZ, and fuel duty in 2022 into 2023. So how much money has the British government stolen on road tax, fines, ULEZ, and fuel duty from 2022 into 2023 to the nearest billion? SETI Alpha thinks 6 billion. Bad Books thinks 12. And people are thinking that there's Stickman thinks it's only one country. People are going to be surprised at this. Austin thinks 10 billion. Rose thinks 40. Folks, what have we got as our answers?
63.
60 billion, 63, 135 billion, 60 billion. Okay, well, we're all aiming a bit high. So it's actually,
you over-egged that a bit then, didn't you, Colin?
well, billions is a lot. 25.1 billion pounds.
Ouch.
But here's the scary part. According to the National Office of Statistics, that's up 7.3 billion pounds from 2021 to 2022. And where has that money gone? Is my answer. Certainly into the pockets of pharmaceutical companies everywhere. But anyway, I'll not say that too loudly. Folks, how did we do? Where are we with questions, scores, and points at this stage before we go into the final round?
Right. So in this round, I only scored 2, but Simon and Simone both scored 3 each. We had a tie in round 2. The scores on the doors in total is I've got 5, Simon has got 5, and Simone has got 4. So it's all to
this
play
is good.
for.
All to play
for
for.
the last round.
Yeah.
Oh, Simone has exposed her pussy on the internet yet again.
You're putting your bum on the internet again.
Lovely.
Just briefly, Colin, I've put a question in the private chat.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm pretty sure she said she was 18 at the time.
It's been a long time since I was 18.
You said it, not me. I agree with that. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
If it's possible, yeah.
Do we think, could we do it now, maybe? Afterwards?
More than welcome if you're still here. But should we do the last question first?
Well, I have an idea. I will send them a message here.
Okay.
You guys amuse yourselves for 2 minutes before we do the last round. See if we can maybe do that.
It's disgusting.
So I'm going to mute now, and I'll let you guys amuse yourselves for 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay, dokie.
I have a question for people.
Go on.
I'll give a profession, and you have to tell me what car that person would drive.
Go for it.
A vicar.
Do we need these?
No.
Okay.
It's a discussion. There's no right answer.
A vicar these days would drive a Toyota Prius. Sorry, Prius.
Yes.
I'd say a Kia Picanto.
Oh.
What
about an accountant?
BMW 3 Series.
A 3 Series, not a 5.
Actually, maybe even a 7. Actually,
No, I think a BMW is too exotic for an accountant. I think they'd be something higher end, but fairly frugal. Like I don't know. Do Vauxhall still make insignias and stuff like that?
I think so.
Possibly. What about a Lexus? Or are they too extravagant?
Maybe a bit too guzzly. I don't know. But all the accountants I know have been very, successful men, but they've always driven pretty modest cars.
Oh, it could be quite frugal actually, because they're into that kind of arena, kind of monetary kind of. They look at the ingoing and outgoing. Maybe, yeah, a Jaguar maybe.
There was an accountancy firm where the lead accountant near where I used to work drove like a 1940s or 50s Ford or something. It was something like proper old.
That's cool.
Nice.
What about a greengrocer that owns their own shop?
Greengrocer that owns their own shop.
I think they'd have a Morris Minor van.
In this century.
No, I think they'd have a van of some sort. Probably they'd have a Movano or I'm trying to think of that kind of size van. What are they called these days?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like a Kangoo type thing, like a car van.
Maybe, or maybe slightly bigger. Maybe like the Movano Transit kind of size.
All right, okay.
Yeah, but not the big one.
Not a huge one. The DPD.
Not a high top.
Yeah, DPD drive and stuff.
What about the manager of a call center, like a department manager?
Ford Mondeo estate.
You reckon?
Honda Civic?
I'd say Mercedes, to be honest.
Mercedes.
Mercedes Benz.
Yeah, exactly.
you know, I had a really nice 230 C before I started doing YouTube, and I bloody sold it. I wish I'd have done that now. It would have been so cool.
The compressors, the 230.
It's like a 230. It was like a wasn't the smallest one. It was a P. I'm not very good at Mercedes models. It was a P reg, but it wasn't the very small one.
Barry had a Ford Capri rookie.
I think Barry might have been the exception to the rule there. Ujudge says any silver car. She's got it in one, really.
Now
You're talking about Boaty then, aren't you?
I think we're about to have a special guest. I think we're about.
We are about to have a special guest once I do something here. So bear with me, folks.
Nice.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
I wouldn't really call me a special guest. I'm just some dude. I'm just some dude who's joined. Let's go.
We're not worthy.
No. This is the flock.
This
Yeah.
is a
The
very
gang.
special moment on Headgasket Heroes. We have here probably the man who's had the most media attention in the Rover community in the last few weeks, who's unfortunately been the victim of a little bit of abuse from some individuals who haven't understood the situation, but nonetheless has been rewarded with some excellent exclusives. We have here the ever handsome, the ever happy, the ever well hung Tom from Tom Drives YouTube channel.
Thank you, Colin. You need to refer to me as the MG Rover Prototypes guy. That's all I need to. That's what we need. Oh, it's the MG Prototypes guy. It's that dude. That shouted outside the fence and it up on BBC News.
It looks like I've got a question for you, Tom. How did you feel when you first saw the RDX? I get the name wrong.
RDX 60.
RDX. When you first saw that, I know you'd seen it kind of at Longbridge, you know, at a distance almost. But when you were up close to it and touching it and sitting in it, how did you feel?
That was epic. I mean, I've been into this stuff. Obviously, I know we've all got quite a history with it. I've been into these cars since I was about 8. So AR Online, way back when they used to have all the cars in the background on black and white, and they had a few things on it. That was sort of, you know, what tipped me off, and to finally see it in the flesh was madness. I mean, on the video, you know, it shows us pushing it in. There's a dolly on the front. We're not that strong. I took one arm off one like this, and it looked like the two curators, bless them, were pushing it in. Then it was just epic, Rob. Honestly, it's one of those things after shouting at it through a fence and seeing obviously the brilliant pictures that Colin showed me, because he's been in the presence of it as well. It was just epic. It was amazing, and the fact that they just unleashed me on it, were like, yeah, do whatever you want. I was like, oh my god,
Wow.
They actually trust me.
Well,
But yeah, it smelled inside a bit. It was.
I was about to know my next
I
question.
can
How
imagine.
did it smell? Was it swamp heaven or swamp hell?
Yeah, it's not the worst. If you've on my SD1, I had to take all the carpets out because there was a lot of mouse remnants, and that's the worst car I've ever smelled. So nothing can top that. It was just a bit damp, really. It's not. Have you ever slept in a single skin tent?
Yes.
Yes, sort of like that with condensation, sort of like that. It's
So basically, it was the Glastonbury experience with a Rover badge.
Yeah, basically. Maybe it was epic. It was one of those things that you just.
It had a pyramid stage in it. How big is this car? How did they manage to?
I wish I could have got in the boot. I was after going in the boot, and for the intro, sort of opening the boot and me being like, "Hello, guys," but. No, the boot doesn't open. It's only one door that opens in the bonnet, so it's a proper prototype. That, but you can
No
see
wonder
the
Rover
75
went bust if
underneath
they don't
it.
have opening doors. Bloody hell.
But at least it'll move
Standard
under its own
Longbridge.
steam, though, Tom.
Oh,
At least it will move.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're going to get it running. I think they are. They've said to me that they want to, but it is just a 75 underneath.
Yeah.
So they're pretty invested in them. Like I said on the thing, all of the ones that we all of us. I mean, it's not just me; it's everybody, and all of you guys obviously have been involved in it as well. We've managed to do it, and they're all there. They're all there, ready and waiting. I think the TCV's next after the RDX 60. That's going to be epic. And I think the TCV, because it's not it's a basic concept. It's just going to be a clean-up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be amazing.
What made
I
you
can't
get
wait
into rovers then from the age of 8? Because at 8, I don't think I even had cars on my radar.
Yeah, I was a very sad child. So I got given a badge. I got given a little rover badge, and it had the the ones off the side of the earlier 25s, the tiny ones.
Yeah.
The post badges, and I got given one of those. And I was like, what? This car comes with an extra badge, and then I sort of spiraled from there. And then I got my first laptop, and I just sat there googling them forever. And then I got into places like AR Online and all these forums, way before the Tap Talk days and all that sort of stuff. Never posted, just sort of lurked around them, and that's how I got it. And then I made a really, really sad rover cushion in secondary school in year 7. Age 11, me making a rover cushion. Everybody's making like Liverpool and like Man U cushions. I'm sitting there making a denim rover cushion. It was epic.
Have you still got
It's as bad as it sounds.
Have you still got it?
I don't. No, I wish I did. I wish I did, because that would have been epic. With a proper
That would have been
artifact.
brilliant.
I would have put it on the seat of the RDX 60.
Yeah.
We've come home.
Brilliant.
I bet you're going to make another one.
Roller
remake it.
Put something in the RDX 60, didn't you?
I did, didn't I? Yes, I said.
Yeah, that was an interesting.
Oh yeah.
No,
That's
I haven't.
brilliant.
I haven't. I don't know if you were going to use it. That's the thing. So
no. It's exclusive for you guys. But yeah,
that was cool.
That was.
It's one of them. It was like a proper planting the flag moment.
Yeah. What flavour was it? What flavour was it?
I think it was Leyland's. What was it? Leyland's lemons flavour. I think that was the flavour. I didn't have one of the appropriate flavours because I'd already used those. So,
for those who don't know, Tom had sent me a video on the RDX 60 that he had put one of my Robson Rover repair air fresheners and hung it inside the car. So I now feel a special connection to this car thanks to Tom.
We planted the flag. We planted the flag, everybody. We did. We put him in there.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna at least take everybody with me. So I was like, I'm gonna put this in there.
I'd love it if we could all get there and climb into this thing and have a photo of all of us in the car.
Brilliant.
I can't wait till it's on display. It's going to be amazing. The rest of them are going to be there as well. I'm kind of thinking of. I'm not sure if you guys. I know you've seen it, Colin, but I've got that tenner on Instagram. Mm-hmm. I've actually got the tenner here. I wouldn't mind actually donating this to the British Motor Museum. Have you two seen it? I'll show you the tenner.
I think Rob and Simon are going to lose their nut over this.
Yeah, so this is a tenner, if I can do that. Can you see the signatures on there?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, signed by the Phoenix 4 and Kevin Howe. And it's all in there.
No way.
Yeah, so it's a proper bit of kit. So
how did you manage to get that?
The ex-fleet director sent me it. I can't name him because he has asked not to be named, but he sent me, he emailed me and he said, love what you guys are doing. And I was just like, do you want anything for it? He's like, no. And he sent me it and he's like, it's better with you than me. Because obviously, I've never, I'm too young to work in Longbridge. That would be child labour. But, a lot of the ex-Longbridge guys have a sort of, as you can imagine, a different connection to it than we do. So he's always had mixed feelings about that tenner. And I can see why, of course. But he sent me it, and it's epic. I mean, they gave them out, like it said in the thingy, to everybody there in May of 2001 to celebrate the first year of their partnership. So brilliant.
Do you think it's worth more than a tenner now?
I think it's probably worth more than a tenner, but it's one of them who's just going to sit with me forever.
Yeah.
I might donate it to the British Motor Museum. That's what I might do. Mm-hmm. So we can go along with those cars.
I've never seen head nor tail of one of them before.
Mm.
So it always makes me wonder, did a lot of the boys just spend them and not care?
How about thanks for a tenner? That'd pay for me dinner.
But isn't that illegal though, technically? Isn't that illegal? Because they've defaced currency, haven't they?
Yeah,
Well,
I think
I mean,
it's okay, as long as it's intact, as long as you've got all
Oh.
parts of the note, I think it's all right. So
Yeah, but it's no
Oh,
longer
okay.
legal tender anymore.
Oh, we were
I
going to
mean,
try and
you-
get them.
That's
We're gonna
his
try
fact.
and get
This money was being distributed around Birmingham as well. So I mean, I'm sure they've seen plenty of dodgy notes around there in their time too. So I don't really think they care.
Yeah.
Wow.
But Tom has kindly joined us. Thank you very much, Tom. Tom, do you want to hang around and do the last part of the quiz? Or
I mean, I can do. I'm probably going to suck at it, to be honest with you, but I
That's
can
all
do
right.
it.
you
it
can't,
can't
be
get
doing
worse
work
than
with
what we've already
people.
done. So I can't.
I'm already at a points deficit.
Well,
Pardon the poutine, by the way, but I do love me some poutine.
yes, it's one of my favorite wee brands as well. It's
We've got
yes,
to get
I dare
some
say that
poutine.
your other half's influencing you a little bit there as well.
Yeah,
too.
this is actually her office that I've taken over because I actually built a not to derail it too much. I'll switch you guys over. I've actually built a wooden computer, so in this case, it's got wood on the front.
How
It's an
cool
interesting
is
little
that?
doohickey. It's a cool little thing. But yeah, I'm trying to slowly take this room over because I'm typing on a pink keyboard as well. I'm slowly trying to take it over. I will eventually take this room over. It will be my rightful place. But for now, I've got to stick with what I've got.
Well, we'll continue on with it all to play for. With Tom at a deficit, he's not going to win the quiz, but he's won our hearts tonight instead.
Oh,
So
thank
we'll
you.
carry on with this. And the final round is called Brexit Banter. Okay. This is all European-based questions, correlated. Question number uno for Tom and everyone else still in the chat. The Fiesta has been consistently the best-selling car in the UK for decades. What was Europe's best-selling car in 2022 and also 2023? They're different cars. So it gives you a chance for double points here.
I'm not sure. If I'm
Everyone else is going to have to write down. Tom is going to have to,
memorize it.
language, send
My
it to
pen
me.
has completely stopped. My pen has completely stopped working.
An awful lot of complaining about this free pen that you've been provided with here tonight.
I think that needs to be a project on the channel.
Stickman seems to live in a world of illusion.
Hang on.
500.
Come here.
What was
I
the
will say
question?
this: the
Someone was about
2023
to
car,
jump on the keyboard,
our wee fluffy friend there with us as well. There,
weren't you?
I've got one of them.
Yeah, he
It's a
was
terrible
about to
way to
sit on
describe the other
sit
half.
on the keyboard and then the live stream.
Yeah, mine's not loud in here because he just that dolphin dives on everything. So the
Simone's in
best-selling
full
car
panic looking for a
2022
pen
and
here.
23.
I need a
Is
pen.
that right, Colin?
2022 and 2023. We've had some good guesses here so far. People are saying Octavia, Polo, Opel Kadett. I think that's a little bit behind the times there. So,
Yeah, the Punto is dead as well. Rest in peace.
Dacia Sandero, there's a fan of James May, is in the room there as well.
Okay.
That year is not a European.
Ooh.
Where are they made then? I thought they were made in
Contentious.
Romania.
Well, this is the best-selling car in Europe. It doesn't necessarily say it as the best-selling car made in Europe.
Aha.
So, shall we all guess? Because I've had to change the screen, I can't really see what everyone's saying here. So, you're going to have to read out your answers.
Chaz and Dave.
Citroen Picasso.
See, I would say Opel Corsa or probably probably Mercedes A-Class because I'm boring.
Well, unsurprisingly, it was the Peugeot 208 in 2022. And
Okay.
tragically, absolutely tragically, no doubt based on massive government subsidies, it was the Tesla Model Y in 2023.
Yeah.
how you think about the pricing differences between the two of them?
Yeah, there was a bit of a gulf, isn't there?
Yeah. Everyone didn't suddenly find 40 grand down the back of their granny's sofa to buy a new car. Is there something going on there?
Yeah.
Rosie Cheek said Chevy Craptiva.
Well, curiously, the Dacia actually came in second in 2023 as well, so somebody wasn't far off it.
They are popular cars. They are popular.
Now, question 2. As we all know, Germany is the biggest, most likely country to invade. Sorry, Germany is the biggest EU supplier, exporting over 3.3 million cars in 2023 so far. Which other European country is second only to Germany in 2023 so far? Second biggest car producing European country. We've
Can I
guessed
say my answers rather than, because I don't have any writing equipment.
Yeah, you can say
I
them.
can
You can
say,
say
I can verbalise my answers.
Neither do we, Tom. These don't work. They're a fix.
What's that, Rob? I didn't hear you there.
I said, Tom, you could use permanent marker on your hand. It'd be fine.
Permanent marker on the hand. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can see it at Pride of Longbridge when I'm walking around with all the answers in my hand.
We'll get you a
I'll
wee
have to
stamp
fight
like
you.
in a nightclub or something like that.
Yeah.
We have France, Italy.
Italy from me. Italy from me.
Italy.
Okay.
France.
Simon?
France.
France. Okay. Who did you go for, Tom?
I went for France.
Okay. Surprisingly, it was Spain.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a lot of seats.
Right.
That's a lot of seats.
So that's their only brand, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Spain exported 2.1 million cars produced in Spain.
Wow. That's quite
Sorry,
surprising.
my cat has entered the room. I'm going to have to put you guys here. Would you like to see him?
Oh,
yes.
cool. Katie's
I'll
in
get
it.
you him. Hold
So
on. Come here, doggy.
congratulations to Rosie Cheeks
Come
in
here,
the
doggy.
chat for guessing Spain.
This is my dog. Look at him.
Oh, that's a furry one.
He is, isn't he?
I bet
He's
he's
literally
impossible
like a
to
little
take
dog,
photos of.
aren't you, Mr. Buggy? You've ended up on Beards and Bangers. It's his claim to fame now. He's ended up
Well,
on
I think
Headgasket Heroes, Mr. Bugs.
There's definitely a link between cat ownership and rovers. And
Definitely.
There is, isn't there? I
There's
think he
definitely
wants to
some sort of-
leave.
It's shunning the
Bless his
celebrity
heart.
spotlight.
It's
Yeah,
also,
he doesn't-
oddly enough, there's plenty of
Mm.
Cortina owners with cats as well.
There we go.
Well, then Cortina Corners would spend a lot of time in their garage repairing the rust. Cats would like that too. So,
Yeah,
get
but
that
when my cottage is not out yet. It's just sat there. I need to sort that out.
Well, you could say that both we and rovers are pussy magnets, so that's probably why. So.
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Pingu Concord has made the comment only cats in the chat. You know,
Rosie Cheek said Tom Purrs.
oh, there you go, Tom Purrs,
That's good. That's a good one.
Ford
That's
Katina
a good one.
as well.
I mean, he's currently
Tom's-
trying to deconstruct the entire room. So, Mr. Bugs,
Standard cat behaviour.
he does. He just deconstructs everything. I wish he'd just get in the garage and sort that car out. Sort my Cortina out. Just let him up on that. We might be able to take that to pieces.
Well, we'll go on to question number 3 then. This is a still a European question. The E40 is the longest road in Europe. To the nearest 50 miles. How long is it?
That's very
This is
specific.
this, and I'm going to throw in this little thing to confuse you when you've been thinking about it. The E40 goes through 10 European countries.
Oh my God.
If anybody on this gets this right, I'll give you a distributor cap for a Rover 2600S that's been lightly used.
That is an
That is
incredible
the
offer.
ultimate prize. And it's
Signed.
blue as well. I won't sign it. That'd devalue it. It's still got some miles in it.
I had never heard of this road at all in the slightest. It is absolutely flabbergasting me where it goes through, the way it's done. And it's probably a road that some people will have driven in the last few years with everything going on in Europe. Have we any guesses, folks?
I'm going to say 1,500 miles.
Okay.
I'm going to say 800.
Simone?
760.
Okay. Simon? I can't read that.
10,372.
Believe it or not, Simon actually is the closest.
What?
Nice. Well done.
Yeah, but not by much. The longest road in Europe is the E40 is 4,971 miles.
Wow.
Wow.
It travels through France, Belgium, Germany, Poland, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, and Kazakhstan as well. I probably got them all wrong. Very sorry if I have.
All
But
the stamp.
basically, it
Wow.
leads straight from Calais to the border of Russia, sweeping
See,
through.
before the great inconvenience of 2021, I was planning a road trip to Chernobyl. So that's
That
a
would
shame.
be cool. That would be
Yeah.
cool.
That was on my,
Unfortunately, the Russians had to invade, didn't they?
Yeah.
that was on my to-do list, but I was told going for IVF it might not be the best idea, as I'm already most
Yeah.
likely babies
Yeah.
like making it worse. So, you know. Now, finally, we've reached the last question in the quiz.
So I've got no points. Is that right? I'm literally on nothing.
So far. But we'll times it by
Fantastic. It's all to
result
play
by
for.
3.
We're in the final question.
We'll
Final
times it by 3, your result. So if you get 0, you're still on 0. But
That's a good
Brilliant.
result.
I'm going to try in for that.
I want to see the laughter out of this one. Which country in Europe can you not wash your car on Sunday without fear of immediate jail? Not even a fine, jail.
I thought you were going to say something about another country then.
No.
What country can you not drive 5 feet without being crashed into? It's Italy.
Well, UJ says Germany. Alpha says Vatican City. We're going with Germany here as well. As few people are thinking Germany. Now, this is the entire day of Sunday. Isle of Wight, Poland. Have we answers? Slovenia? Okay. We're getting some interesting answers here.
I think France, actually.
Rob says France. Simon, how about you?
Spain.
Spain. Simone?
I'm going to go with Italy.
I'm going to say Greece.
We are getting a few here. UJ says Germany. Surprisingly enough, we actually have the correct answer in the comment section.
Oh,
Switzerland.
really?
Switzerland completely bans the washing of cars on a Sunday to ensure that you have full access to church and to not have excuse not to go. This was also enforced in Germany up until very recently.
Wow.
However, you are now permitted to wash your car in Germany after midday. So anyone who got Switzerland is completely right, and anyone that got Germany will give you a point as well, because you know
That's
the
crazy.
Germans, you know what they're like, yeah.
Did any of we get a point?
I'm an
So-
early morning car washer, so I'd be arrested like immediately.
So
Well,
what if
I
you
mean-
lived in the country and no one was around you?
Who knows?
Nobody's
will
going to
give-
enforce it.
I will-
Nobody's
I'm
going
going to
to
get a spy
Point.
satellite.
I
Yeah.
will give you a point
Spy
if
satellite.
Germany
A
invaded the
drone
country
flying
you
over.
named. So if Germany invaded the country you named, you can get a point there too.
Judge said Germany, so do I get her point?
Who did you say?
Judge, Julie got Germany in the comments, so do I get her point?
Yeah, I suppose what's mine is yours and yours is hers. So yeah. So at the end of all that, we turn it over to the official numerator as the glasses come on. And he becomes that very, very seductive secretary look. Over to Rob for the final scores.
Well, Colin, Tom got 0. Patat.
Brilliant news. Brilliant news. We come here to win.
Simone got 4. I got 5. But Simon got 6. So is therefore the winner.
Well done, Simon. Congratulations.
I'll clap.
Round of applause all around.
And I must point out, I was taking it all totally seriously 100% of the time.
As you
Brilliant.
do everything. So.
Exactly.
Well, thank you, Colin, for that magnificent quiz. I do think quizzes, if I was more technical, Simon does a quiz on his live stream on generally Mondays. And Colin's just presented one as well. So it's definitely a good fun thing to do on these live streams, and some interesting answers. And well done to some of you lot in the chat, because you did get a lot right, and we haven't frazzled your brains with the, I was going to say nonsense we've been spouting, but we've had some very illuminating things, I think, and we've been blessed for these last, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes with Tom's presence.
Oh, you brought some presents, Tom. What you got us?
Presents?
Mm.
No, I don't have anything like that. I have a radio from 1952 behind me there.
And what
Completely
lovely
missed that
radio
one.
it is. So we've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes, folks, which is
Wow.
gosh, you know,
I haven't been for a pee there.
which is remarkable.
Two entertaining hours.
So I'm gonna go around each of you and let you say something before I sign off in a moment. So, and we'll let when we get to Colin, maybe Colin, you can have one last little flick through the comments.
Well, as I sit here before we all say goodbye and depart and start singing "We'll Meet Again," in traditional, Berlitz spirit, just sitting watching the last of the comments, and I happen to see that Tom's partner Katie has joined us in here as well.
Oh God, kick her out, man.
So,
Get rid of her.
no doubt, going to be turning around and saying, "Get out of my chair. That's my chair." Any minute now.
Yeah, she's already bullying me. She's only been here 5 seconds.
Everyone's emphasizing that yes, it is Year of the Streetwise 2024, and we made such a small point of that. Maybe our illustrious leader tonight, Rob, can have a little summary of that for those that maybe missed out on that just towards the end.
I will finish off on that. Yes,
I think that the chat has been great tonight. Everyone's behaved. I haven't had to mute anyone. Haven't had to ban anyone. There's barely been any.
Give it time.
It's I'd say that's probably the last time that'll ever happen. So first of all, I want to thank everyone who's taken the time to be in the chat. Everyone who's stuck with us. Hope you've enjoyed the crack tonight. My fellow gang here, I want to appreciate everyone, and thanks Tom for diving in last minute as well.
Thank you for having me, legends.
Simone.
Yes.
Anything to say before we depart in peace?
Well, yes. Thanks to everyone who's joined, and it's good to have a chat and catch up with them again. And thank you very much for Tom for dropping in. It's I had a brainwave halfway through the chat, and I think this format is going to work quite nicely. But I'm looking forward to catching up with everyone this year, going to as many shows as possible, and try and get 2 of my vehicles on the road properly.
And Simon?
Yes, thank you everybody for joining and for the variety of comments we've had in the comment section on there. Thank you for Colin for sort of instigating the whole thing. What seems like, was it 10, 12 years ago we had the came up with this idea, something like that, weren't it?
It's an instigator.
Yeah.
Instigator. And thank you, Rob, for hosting it on your channel.
Pleasure. And finally, we can't have a special guest without that special guest having a little word to say at the end. Prototypes, Tom. Sorry, Tom Drives.
Thank you. The MG Prototypes guy. Big ups to these guys, legends. Am I pointing the right way?
Yes.
You are now. You are now.
Yeah,
Big
you are
ups,
now.
legends.
Yeah.
These guys. Big ups you guys in the comments. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Tom, and thank you, Colin, Simone, and Simon. Car community, it's a wonderful thing. We all do something slightly different within that, but we're all working towards the same thing. Thank you all. Headgasket Heroes, we'll try and do these more regularly now, folks. So we'll keep an eye out. I don't know where it's going next, but keep an eye on the various social media platforms that we all congregate on these days. I haven't managed to look at all the comments. So I've no idea who's watched this. I've seen a few names pop up that I recognise. If you're on my channel for the first time, thank you. It's greatly appreciated. But let's remember who we've been watching tonight. So Tom Drives, Hooked on Classics, Robson Rover Repair, and Smashing Pistons. And of course, all the cats that come with that as well. So thank you for watching. I'm going to say goodbye. Goodbye.
Cheers, guys.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye-bye,
Cheers,
everyone.
see ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye.